It is another Friday and another JoeLumb movie review. Today I'm going to be doing something different on this movie review as I go back in time to the year 1990 where I review the first live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. As always, when you're done watching this video, you can check out my previous episodes. The playlist is on the upper right corner of your screen. And at the end of this video, you can just watch my previous movie review episode. It'll be on your left corner of your screen. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, smash the like button, and click the notification bell. When you see a new video, you can just check it out yourself. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is a 1990 American superhero film based on the comic book characters created by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. It is the first film adaptation of the characters, directed by Steve Barron and written by Todd W. Langan and Bobby Herbeck. It stars Judith Hoag as April O'Neil, Elias Koteas as Casey Jones, with the voices of Brian Tochi, Josh Pace, Corey Feldman, and Robbie Rist as Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, and Michelangelo, respectively. The film follows the Turtles on a quest to save their master Splinter, with their new allies April and Casey, from the Shredder and his Foot Clan. The film adapts the early Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles comics, with several elements taken from the animated series that was airing at the time. The Turtles' costumes were developed by Jim Henson's Creatures Shop. This was one of Jim Henson's last projects before his death, shortly after the premiere. Filming took place in 1989 in North Carolina and New York City. April O'Neil was investigating a crime wave terrorizing New York City. She is a reporter for Channel 3 News. Her boss is Charles Pennington. He struggles to keep his kid under control, his son named Danny, who had been recruited by teenagers to help the mysterious ninja group known as the Foot Clan. Anyway, one night, April is attacked by thieves, but is saved by an unseen group of vigilantes, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, and Raphael. They return to their hidden lair in the sewer, where their adoptive father, their sensei, a rat named Splinter, advises them to continue practicing the art of ninjutsu. Raph later on comes to blows with a fellow vigilante by the name of Casey Jones. April suspects the Foot are responsible for the crime spree, raising the ire of a police chief named Stearns, while Shredder, who is the leader of the Foot, sends his clansmen after April. That was until Raphael defeats them and brings the unconscious April back to the Turtles' lair, not knowing the fact that a foot soldier was following them. There, April befriends the Turtles and Splinter, who explains to her that he and the Turtles were mutated into intelligent anthropomorphic creatures by a mysterious chemical. They escort April home, and they bond over their love of pizza. When the Turtles return to their lair, it's ransacked and Splinter gets kidnapped. Danny gets arrested for stealing, which Stearns uses to pressure Charles, who urges April to drop her investigation. Having glimpses of the Turtle hiding in April's apartment, Danny informs the Shredder and the Foot at the Foot's hideout, where Splinter is being held prisoner. Raphael argues with Leonardo over his leadership. He soon gets ambushed by the Foot and beaten unconscious. The Turtles ended up fighting off the Foot with Casey Jones present, and they escaped the burning building with April, who was fired by Charles in a phone message. Danny soon seeks counsel from the captive Splinter, who runs away from the Foot Clan. The Turtles retreat to April's family farm, where she bonds with Casey as Raph recovers. Leo receives a vision of Splinter and assembles the other Turtles to contact him through astral projection. Splinter delivers his final lesson, inspiring the Turtles to return to New York City. Upon returning to the city, the Turtles head back to their lair in the sewers. They find Danny hiding in there, and Casey follows him to the Foot's hideout later on. Splinter tells Danny a story that he was an ordinary pet living in Japan, where he learned ninjutsu from watching his master, Hamato Yoshi. To escape conflict with his rival, Oroku Saki, over the love of a woman, Tang Shen, Yoshi fled with Shen to New York, where they are killed by a vengeful Saki, now known as the Shredder. Splinter suggests that Saki is linked to the Foot, while Shredder finds Danny and realizes that the Turtles have returned. Ordering Splinter to be killed, Casey and Danny free Splinter to defeat Shredder's Lieutenant Tatsu before convincing the remaining Foot members that they have been manipulated by the Shredder. In return, the Turtles have fought off members of the Foot from their lair onto the streets before the confrontation with the Shredder on a rooftop. After a fierce battle, Shredder claims that Splinter is dead. An infuriated Leo goes after him, but he is soon overpowered. Before Shredder can kill Leo, Splinter appears and identifies him as Oroku Saki, who in turn recognizes Splinter as Yoshi's pet rat. So Shredder charges at Splinter with a spear, but he counters with Mikey's nunchaku, leaving Shredder dangling over a roof's edge. And then he drops him into a garbage truck below, and Casey activates the truck's compactor, crushing the Shredder. The cops arrive to arrest the Foot soldiers, while one of the teens directs them to the hideout full of stolen goods. The Channel 3 news crew arrives to cover the story. Danny is reunited with his father, Charles, who gives April her job back with benefits. Then April and Casey share a kiss, while the Turtles celebrate their victory with Splinter on the rooftop. The first live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film was released theatrically in the United States on March 30th, 1990 by New Line Cinema. It grossed $202 million on a budget of $13.5 million. It was the highest grossing independent film up to that time, and the ninth highest grossing film worldwide of 1990. It was followed by Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze in 1991, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3 in 1993. My final overall rating for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original live-action movie, is a 7 out of 10. I gotta be honest with you, when I first saw this movie when it came out in theaters, I was living in New York at the time, 12 years old by the way, and I thought it was a pretty damn good movie then. Still think it's a pretty damn good movie now. But as of 2023, on Rotten Tomatoes, the film had an approval rating of 42%, based on the reviews from 55 critics, and an average rating of 5.10 out of 10. The website's consensus states that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is exactly as advertised, with one-liners, brawls, and general silliness. Good for the young at heart, which was me around that time. Irritating for everyone else, which kind of been talking about the adults. Turtles co-creator Peter Laird praised the film in a 2014 documentary, saying, "I cannot sit here and honestly say that there is anything I would change about the movie to make them better." Kevin Eastman went on to say in 2022 that this film will always be the best Turtles film adaptation.